Hello and welcome to this live restorative yin sequence for live restorative yin sequence. It's great to be able to be live with you again this month.
Give me 1 second. Right now there's a question mark on the screen.
Question marks are not good.
No. So let's get away with this one around. Yeah, we're going to be okay here. Go for it, honey.
Hello and welcome to our live restorative yin sequence. Today we are going to be focusing on the first principle of yin yoga, which is to find that appropriate edge. So very often in our lives we are pushing too hard, trying to do too much. And in yin yoga, we try to find that appropriate edge, backing off a little bit and finding that sweet spot. And so that's what today's class is going to be all about. And in fact, we're going to encourage you to use props to do that. That's why I've called it a restorative yin sequence, because I'm going to encourage you to use props a lot more than maybe even usual. So it's going to combine the best of yin and restorative. So let me know where you're joining us from today. We have about 10 minutes before we start our class. So we have some time to say hello to each other before we get into the actual restorative yin sequence that I have planned for you today. With some props, you're going to need a wall today, a bolster, 2 blocks, and I think that is it. It's always nice to have a blanket on top of your mat, and then you will be prepared for class. This is going to be a really nice lead in for our members to our theme for November. In November, in our membership community, we're going to be focusing on the 4 principles of yin, one for each week, and not just in our yoga practice, but how can we embody those principles in our lives? So how can we find that appropriate edge in our life and really live it, so that we're not always trying to live from yang excess and really over pushing ourselves and always using up our yin reserves. And then how can we soften into our lives? We tend to kind of be aggressive in our lives. How can we stay for a while? We tend to always be on to the next thing, looking for the next best thing. And how can we be still? So often it's kind of like the soften. So often we're just busy, and we don't take that time in our lives for stillness and solitude. And so these are going to be the things that we're focusing on in November, which is very beautiful, especially if you live in the northern hemisphere here, where we're experiencing autumn and the transitional season, as the leaves here are, they've kind of gone right now where I live from that kind of glorious color to the dark brown, wet, kind of going into that real darkness now, and encouraging that inner stillness and softening. I mean, the leaves are even soft now, and going into the ground and the stillness for winter. So it's that time of year to really focus on these yin principles. And if you are in Australia or the Southern Hemisphere, and you're in those the transitional season of spring, there's a lot of yang energy, and it is really helpful to balance that out with these quieter yin energies. So I think it's going to be a beautiful month in our membership community, and we support you with those practices through our daily yoga connections, through the prompts and the blog posts that I put together in our 30-day challenge, our Moonstruck section, our book club, all of the sections of our community support you in being able to live those principles of yoga. So it'll be a beautiful month for sure. So who's joining us, Tim? How can we say hello to?
There's nobody here.
Well, nobody's here. Well, great. That's okay.
Say hi to Pekka D.
You're joking. You said nobody's here, and now you're saying somebody's here.
Oh, no, there's like 30 people.
Oh, 30 people. That's a lot of people. Thank you for joining us and putting aside this time for yourself to come into your inner world, to experience stillness and to nourish that yin energy. It's such a beautiful gift you can give yourself. So 30 people. Wow, that's really great.
Pekka D in North Van.
Hello, Pekka D in North Vancouver, just across the pond from us in Victoria, BC.
Angelina in Italy.
Hello, Angelina in Italy.
Elka missed last month. She's in Holland, but she got the replay.
Hello, Elka in Holland. I'm glad you're with us this month.
Tanya from Belgrade.
Hello, Tanya from Belgrade.
Flavia in Mexico.
Hello, Flavia in Mexico. I'm copying Tim.
Jacqueline in Switzerland.
Hello, Jacqueline in Switzerland. Wow, we've really got the whole world represented here. Do we have anybody from Asia?
I'll just go back here. We got lots to go yet.
Okay.
Elka says don't forget to hit thumbs up.
Elka, thank you for encouraging everybody to press the thumbs up. Thanks for showing the love already. We haven't even started.
Sieglinde from Signal Mountain.
Sieglinde from Signal Mountain. Where's that?
Tennessee,
Oh, Tennessee.
I believe.
Mountains in Tennessee.
Oh yeah,
Yeah? Beautiful. Oh, okay. Nice.
beautiful part of the world.
We've driven through there, haven't we?
Yes,
Yeah, it is beautiful.
it is.
Yeah. Love the
Started down
mountains.
in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, and
Yeah, the mountains of Virginia.
and
Yeah.
then went down into Tennessee. It was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Marketa from Reykjavik.
Hello, Marquetta. Say hello to your daughter for me. I hope she's having a good day.
Serene from Edmonton. Ooh, is it snowing?
Hello from Serene from Edmonton. Tell us if there's snow there. I hope it's not too cold for you yet. I hope
Quiet drops
Quiet drops
in Lisbon.
in Lisbon. That's a great username. I like that. She sounds very connected to her yin, if she's a she or he.
Okay. Viviana,
Viviana
welcome, and Johannes
and Johannes
from Netherlands.
from the Netherlands. Well, Netherlands is well represented.
And Pumpkin Pants and Barbara Salmi are here.
Hello, Becky from the UK, and Barbara Salmi. She's in New Mexico now, I think.
And Naima Al-Falzi from the UAE.
Naima Al-Fazi from the UAE. Wow, we've really got the whole world here.
Lucille is here.
Lucille from Toronto. What's the weather like in Toronto? It looked cold the other day. My sister lives in Toronto and she has a little baby, 6 months old, and she had her all bundled up like a little burrito.
Suzanne from India doing a yoga course.
Suzanne from India. She's doing a yoga course right now.
Rishikesh.
Oh, Rishikesh. Yeah, people do a lot of yoga study there.
And then Barbara Salmi from, well, we already know. Sorry, Barbara's saying hello. Somebody else from Portugal. Her name is Sonia.
Sonia from Portugal. Wow, I'm so glad so many people are able to join us today. It's exciting to be able to practice together.
And Serene says she had snow in Edmonton in September, but there isn't any snow now.
Oh, well, Serene says there's no snow in Edmonton right now. Well, that's nice. But there was, yeah, I know. I remember seeing people post pictures of snow so early this year in Edmonton.
Yeah, lots of people, so.
Oh, it's so nice to see everybody today, is to be able to practice together. And know when we practice for ourselves, but we also practice for the whole community and all directions of time. So it's we offer our practice for the benefit of all. So when we come to practice, it's those that can't make it, or just know that it's for all beings that maybe need this extra yin nourishment, this extra yin reserves. We don't just practice in private for ourselves, but we practice so that we build these yin reserves for a very young excess world too. So that's it's so good to see so many people here building the yin reserves for a world that is in yang excess that very much needs it. So I'm very proud of all of you, and I'm very happy to see all of you here absorbing these teachings for the benefit of all beings. So it's wonderful to see you all here. More people to say hello to?
Summit from Dallas.
Summit from Dallas.
And Marquetta says her daughter's getting ready for Halloween.
Oh, okay, Marquetta, I want to know what your daughter's going to be for Halloween.
And she's getting a pumpkin and her Ayurvedic book from the post office. So.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, that's exciting. They've gotten their pumpkin today. So the other thing I wanted to let you know about is that we've got 4 minutes until we start. In our membership community, yesterday I finally put together I don't know why I say finally. It's been something, when you're working on something very precious, it takes time, and it takes that time in solitude to prepare. It's like winter, right? Where things grow in the earth before they can come up on the surface. And I've been working on something for our advanced students, some courses that they can take in direct study with me, 4 weeks at a time. And especially for those of you that are interested in yin yoga, we're going to be studying the 5 phases of traditional Chinese medicine as they relate to yin yoga and meditation. We'll be spending time in nature, and we'll be doing some contemplative studies of poetry as well. And our first course will be on the wood element, which is the most yang of all the elements. And I had one of my most senior students look over the course description, the application. There is a discernment process you have to go through before you even apply for the course, and then you apply for the course, and I read over your application to see if it's the right time for you to be engaging in an advanced level course like this, and the right time for you if there's space in your life at this time for a course like this, and then then we'll be starting this course at the end of November. So this course is available for advanced students in our membership community. As I say, there's an application process. It's limited to 12 students. And I think I'll probably be posting this course either later today or early next week. And and then those applications can come through. So members, you can have a look at that. If that's something that interests you to be able to just study in a very personal and intimate way with myself and with other advanced students who are very committed to their practice, then have a look at that. If you're not already a member, you can become a member, and it's part of your membership. So that's something else that we've got coming up for you. Shall we say hello to a few more people? We've got 2 more minutes before we start, and then we'll start our Restorative Yin sequence.
Sure. Marquetta's daughter is going as a butterfly fairy.
Oh my God. Marquetta's daughter is going as a butterfly fairy. I can't even take it. That's so great. Becky, yeah.
Yes, and Becky's going to start her yin teacher training next year.
Oh, wonderful. Becky, who are you studying with in the UK? Because I know Norman Blair's in the UK. I don't know if he's anywhere near you, but he's let me know who you're studying with in the UK. Maybe they've studied with Norman Blair, but he's a wonderful teacher.
So I think we're coming up on 40 people here.
And for those of you who are interested in yin studies, let me just get that. 40 people. Wow, I'm so pleased. Oh, For those of you who are interested, this is Norman Blair's book. As I said, he's from the UK, and it's a beautiful book on Yin yoga. And for those of you that really want to contemplate Yin in a deeper way, this book is very Yin. So it took me actually quite a while to rest into it. As I say, it's very Yin. You have to spend a while with the book. You have to soften into it. You have to have stillness to be with it, because it does kind of meander like Yin. It's not yang in its way of being at all. So if Yin interests you, and if you can embody that way of being as Yin, and you want to kind of be with Yin philosophy, I highly recommend this book, because it's a beautiful exploration of Yin, and quite a thorough one. Actually, I have a few quotes from his book here today, and it's one that you can come back to again and again and contemplate the concepts of Yin with. So Becky, I highly recommend that, because Becky mentioned she's planning on doing teacher training. Has she said who she's doing it with yet?
She's going all the way to Thailand.
Oh, she's going to Thailand to do it.
To it looks like Dougal Meacham.
I don't know them. Anyway, if you're in the UK and you can study with Norman Blair, I'd highly recommend it. He is quite immersed in Yin. So
you're going to say hi to 3 or 4 people now?
Okay, so we're going to say hello to a few more people, and then we're going to immerse ourselves in the beautiful practice of Yin.
Donna, going by Sister Phonetica.
Hello, Donna.
And Jane.
Hello, Jane. I haven't seen you in a long time. It's nice to have you with us.
And Suzanne Schoenhut.
Hello, Suzanne.
And Christine, saying that the leaves are changing in the southwest of the U.S.
Oh, hello, Suzanne. The leaves are so beautiful when they change. It's just glorious, the color of them.
And then the last one would be Donna Parks and Shar.
Hello, Donna Parks, and hello, Shar. Which Shar is it?
Shar Simpson.
Hello, Shar Simpson. I'm so glad you're able to be here today.
Linda Jackson from Scotland.
Hello, Linda Jackson from Scotland. We were just saying yesterday, was I not saying yesterday I would like to go to Scotland?
And also the Moors of North England.
And I would like to go to Ireland. And when Tim and I first met, we used to spend a lot of time in Northern England, because his family's from there. And we used to spend a lot of time but we spent time in the moors, and it really captured my heart, the land there. So there's something there that I would like to return to that land and see it again. I know we have sheep here, but there's something quite captivating about the land there. So incredible. It's so wild. That's what it is. It's so... there's parts of it that are untouched. Like here, I mean, we're very lucky here that way as well.
And Ivana is also here.
Hello, Ivana. Okay, welcome everybody. It's really wonderful to see all of you and to have your interest in nourishing Yin and developing those Yin reserves. So shall we practice? Now I have to shift my... We're going to be starting with legs up the wall. Should I just start whenever you're ready?
One more second, sorry. What are you going to do?
Just start. I'm just waiting for your cue.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to try and record this as well, you see.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
That's not gonna let me. Okay. We're just gonna go.
Okay. Today's Yoga with Melissa class is a restorative yin sequence. For this class, you're going to need a wall, a bolster, 2 blocks, and I think that's it. Hi, I'm Melissa from Yoga with Melissa, and today we are going to be doing a restorative yin sequence. So we're going to start with legs up the wall. So to come into legs up the wall, you're going to just get your hips right up against the wall. And then you're going to swing your legs around. And have your legs straight up. If you're menstruating, you can choose a version of Shavasana. Either you can do Shavasana on your belly, or you can do it on your back with a bolster underneath your knees. And if you have back issues, you could either do legs up a chair or on the couch, or you could do your legs up the wall with your knees bent. Okay, allow yourself to arrive. Feel the support of the earth underneath your torso, under your pelvis, through your torso, under your head and your shoulders. Connect with your breathing. And we'll just check in on the principles of yin as we get started here. So allow yourself to soften into the support that's available to you here. So soften into the wall, soften into the ground. And be still. So make a commitment to not fidget. There's no need to change the pose now. It's just a time to enter into deep stillness to nourish the yin. And then we're also going to be staying for a while in this pose. There's a saying in yin that time is far more important than intensity. When you go for an acupuncture treatment, the Chinese medicine doctor or the acupuncturist doesn't put the needles in to immediately take them out again. They put the needles in and then they leave them in and allow you to have a delicious nap so that the chi can be coaxed into the meridians. And the same thing when we come into a pose. we stay for a while. When you come into the pose, you can be curious about the effect of the pose on the body. You know, if you've practiced yoga for a while, you've probably done legs up the wall hundreds, if not thousands of times. But this pose affects your urinary bladder meridian. Each pose has a specific influence on a specific part of your body and certain energetic lines and energy channels. So you can be curious about how this pose affects your physical body, your energetic body, your mental body, your emotional body, and your spirit body as you stay with it. Norman Blair says, our practice is not so much in that arena of accomplishments and achievings, where frequently there are performance anxieties. We are placing ourselves in the arena of attention and awareness, where there can be more affectionate and accepting feelings. Sometimes someone might say, I can't feel anything. This is a sign of how addicted we can be to the strong sensations in our searching for stimulations. In our searching for stimulation, we can miss the vastness of this interior landscape. All the time that we are alive, this body is pulsing and throbbing and vibrating with shifting sensations. There are many waves, many currents, and many tides. Okay, so you're going to slowly bend your knees. Pause and feel the chi moving through your body here. And then you're going to roll to your side. And you can either leave your mat like that or move it to a more appropriate space in your room. Is that good there? Okay, for the next pose, I'm going to suggest one of two props. You could use a bolster and or a block. So you can get those props and use one or the other, and I'll show you how that works. So in this class, I'm encouraging propping to find a softer edge because it's a restorative yin sequence. Just so that we don't always go for that super hard edge. So we're going to be doing Sphinx pose. So you can put the bolster underneath your chest here, and or you can use a block underneath your head. So even if you don't usually prop in this pose, just be curious about propping and choosing a softer edge. Try it and see what it's like. So remember, this pose, it tonifies our kidneys. So it's really about connection and embodiment. And our emphasis is on care and the conservation of our energy rather than like a full extension and a maximum stretch. So breathe into your low back here and feel the chi pulling in and around the kidneys in your low back. Okay, and then we're going to release this pose from your body so you can remove the props. And you're just going to put them off to the side and then lie down onto your belly. And become aware of the chi pooling, particularly in your low back. Okay, and then we're going to come up and we're going to use the props again for our next pose. And this time we're going to do, instead of butterfly, we're going to do reclined butterfly. So this pose, you're going to use your bolster. And let's do, it's a little bit more alert. Place a pillow or something underneath it so that it's elevated. And then take your blocks for underneath your knees. Or you could use a block under your bolster and pillows under your knees, whatever you have available. And you'll bring the soles of your feet together, open your knees, and then place the props underneath your knees. You want to feel tension on the insides of your legs. And then you'll rest back here. So this pose accesses all the meridians of the lower body. So the experience of practicing yin yoga might be described as moving with grace or resting into grace. Gratitude, recognizing what is, acceptance, curiosity, and effort. Instead of being critical, we are curious in how we engage with moments. And there is that effort of exploration. This approach of grace is a much sweeter place to be than that of ambition and striving, of straining to impress and desperately seeking to improve. This approach of grace is a much sweeter place to be than that of ambition and striving, of straining to impress and desperately seeking to improve. And that's also from Norman Blair's book, Brightening Our Inner Skies. Okay, we're going to slowly come out of this pose, put our props off to the side, and lie down on our backs to feel the rebound here. Feel the movement of chi through our bodies. Okay, and then for the next pose, you're going to place the bolster on the left side of your body. Take your arms out into a soft T, bend your right knee, press into your right foot, tuck your left hip under, and then place your right leg on the bolster so you're in a reclined twist. And this pose is very soothing for your nervous system. It helps to draw you into your inner world. So even as we go deeper into our class, keep coming back to the principles of yin, especially choosing that appropriate edge. Remembering to soften, be still. Okay, so you're going to roll back onto your back, press into your right foot, come onto your back, and then just pause here and feel that rebound of chi in your body. And then we'll take our bolster and place it over on the other side. And you'll bend your left knee, keep your right leg straight, and press into your left foot, tuck your right hip under, and you'll place your bent left leg so that it's fully supported by the bolster. So by attending to our spine here, we are attending to our parasympathetic nervous system. The rest, digest, and repair. Okay, roll onto your back. Press into your left foot, untuck your hips, and we feel the reverberation of chi, life force energy, prana flowing through your body. A lot of what we're going to be focusing on in our advanced course on the wood element at the end of November, beginning of December is, so you feel that energy in your body now. We've collected the chi, and there's energy to be had there. And oftentimes what we do then is just immediately use it up. So in our course, we're going to be focusing on storing the chi and what it's like to store chi without immediately just using it up. So just thought I'd share that with you, since I just feel all this chi that we've cultivated. So what's it like to store chi without using it immediately? That's part of a very advanced practice. So, okay, our final pose, we're going to do legs up the wall. Again, so you can put your bolster off to the side. So move slowly and with grace and intention between your pose. So already you can focus on not using up that chi you've cultivated, keeping it stored in the body here as you move between the poses. And again, you're going to place your hips right against the wall, and then you're going to swing your legs around and have your legs up the wall. So we stabilized our nervous system in the reclined twist, and now we're going to continue to cultivate the chi here. So just like at the beginning of the class, be curious about the effect of each pose on your chi, on your energy system, on the meridians, on your energetic body. Okay, you're going to stay here with your legs up the wall and continue to cultivate the chi. I'm going to find a comfortable position to read you a poem. This poem is called Stone by David Whyte, and it's from his new collection, The Bell and the Blackbird. The face in the stone is a mirror looking into you. The face in the stone is a mirror looking into you. You have gazed at the moving waters. You have seen the slow light. You have seen the slow light. In the sky above low Ina, beneath you streams have flowed. Beneath you streams have flowed. And rivers of earth have moved beneath your feet. And rivers of earth have moved beneath your feet. But you have never looked into the immovability of stone like this. But you have never looked into the immovability of stone like this. The way it holds you, gives you not a way forward, but a doorway in. Gives you not a way forward, but a doorway in. Staunches your need to leave, becomes faithful by going nowhere. Becomes faithful by going nowhere. Something wants you to stay here. Something wants you to stay here and look back. Be weathered by what comes to you. Be weathered by what comes to you. Like the way you too have traveled from so far away to be here. Like the way you too have traveled from so far away to be here. Once reluctant, and now as solid and as here, and as willing to be touched as everything you have found. Once reluctant, and now as solid and as here, and as willing to be touched as everything you have found. The face in the stone is a mirror looking into you. You have gazed at the moving waters. You have seen the slow light. In the sky above low Ina, beneath you streams have flowed, and the rivers of earth have moved beneath your feet. But you have never looked into the immovability of stone like this. The way it holds you, gives you not a way forward, but a doorway in, staunches your need to leave, becomes faithful by going nowhere. Something wants you to stay here and look back. Be weathered by what comes to you. Like the way you too have traveled from so far away to be here. Once reluctant, and now as solid and as here, and as willing to be touched as everything you have found. So allow your knees to bend, and then just feel that pooling of chi for a moment or two. Roll to your side and pause there. And slowly make your way up to seated so that we can gather the fruits of our practice into ourselves first, but then we do offer them out into the world so that all this chi that we've cultivated, all this yin nourishment, we can offer out into the world where it's so desperately needed. Left palm up, right palm down. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. So I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for joining us for this restorative yin sequence to cultivate the chi. And thank you for pressing the like button, for sharing this class with those who you think would benefit. And if you made it all the way to the end, then put "I am quietly restored" in the comments. I am quietly restored. And if you do feel called, if this class stirred something in you and your inner being, then as I said at the beginning, we are going to be exploring the principles of yin in a very deep and profound way in our membership community in November. We'll take 1 week for each principle of finding that sweet spot, that edge in our lives, so that we're not pushing all the time, but finding just that place where we can back off and find the sweet spot in our lives of finding stillness, softness, and staying for a while, a week with each principle, not just on our mats, but in our lives. I think it'll be a really profound exploration as we transition in this autumn season or spring, bringing that balance, that very yang energy into December, which can be quite a frenetic time of year, the holiday season, Americans going into Thanksgiving, all around the world, as many people around the world celebrate Christmas, which is really meant to be, as we go into solstice, particularly here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's meant to be this time of inner repose, and all around us there's this kind of frenetic energy. So it's a time in our community where we'll really be focusing inward on these principles of yin. And if that's stirring something within you and you're a member, then join us for that. And if you're not already a member, then we would love to welcome you in to our space. It's a beautiful space. It's a loving community, a loving, supportive, non-judgmental community. So we'd love to have you there. So, and if you're new to yin, then we do have something to teach you the principles of yin as well. If you go to, there's a link to that. I think Tim can give you that. It goes melissawest.com, Yin Yoga 5. It's 5 days of yin where we teach each one of the principles of yin, and then a class that also summarizes it in a shorter 30-minute class. So that's also available for you too. And thank you for your donations. Thank you to Maura from Florida. She's a new donator, and Cornelia and Donna. And of course, I'm happy to stay with you for a while to answer any questions or hear any comments that you might have about your experience from this class at this time as well. So it's really nice to reconnect with you this way in a live class. So, what is happening in the chat room right now, Tim?
Lots of people are saying I am quietly restored.
That's nice. Many people are feeling quietly restored right now.
Lots of thanks from Reclined.
Thank you so much for your gratitude and appreciation, Sieglinde, Tanya, Ivana, Angelina, Johannes, Linda, Jane, Becky, Sanjita, Elka, Idiana, Viviana, Heidi, Donna, Serene, Jen, Patrick.
Johnny on the spot.
That's Sean.
That's awesome. And yeah, lots. I'm just curious as to, did their video get cut out at all? I'm just curious.
Tim's curious how the quality of the video was, if there's any cutouts or legs. You can let us know in the comments. And as I said, I'm happy to take any questions, or also just curious how the practice was for you. Let us know in the comments. I know melissawest.com/yin-yoga5. That's our gift for you today. That would be delivered to you in your inbox, especially if you're new to yin yoga. That would deliver you the 4 principles of yin plus a bonus. It's a great introduction to yin. And if you're feeling more advanced and wanting to study it in a deeper way, then definitely join us in our membership community. And I think Tim would have the sign up for that as well. If you're already a member, then that will be going on starting in November. Plus, that will be in our brand new membership community, which is really coming along. Tim's been working really hard behind the scenes on that.
Marquetta says thank you. Second class of the day for her, so that was good.
Marquetta is saying thanks. This was her second class. Let me know in the comments what other class you did today. I'm curious.
Jen Franklin, stiffness in lower back. Is it possible it's not a bad pain? It's not a bad stiffness in lower back.
Okay, Jen's saying something about stiffness in her lower back. Was it in a certain pose, or was it in the reclined twist, or was it in the legs up the wall, or was it in the Sphinx pose? Can you just tell me a little bit more about that? And then
she says, pulling my knees to my chest helps, and it subsides pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm not sure, so I kind of need more information still. Yeah.
And Sean both said the streaming was good.
Glad the streaming was good today. Knock on wood, the YouTube gods were with us. Thank you for letting us know. Yeah. And Sean, actually, you offered to help us with checking broken links on the new membership site. That would be very helpful. I'll get Tim to contact you about that as well. We will take you up on that for sure.
Sunday's indulgence is what Marquetta did.
Oh, Marquetta did the Sunday indulgence. That was a pretty incredible class. Yeah, it was really focused on the spine, and I forget what I called that class now, but I just remember the feeling of it. It really kind of dropped us into spaciousness. I forget what I called it. I forget what it was about now.
If you could say that thank you to Tanya for letting me know that the sound was good.
Thank you, Tanya. Glad the sound was good, because I really from my perspective, I really stayed in my own energy and didn't overextend my energy to project. So that's helpful to know that the sound worked well that way.
Jen says the pain happens when she lies on her back, and happens whether she's doing yoga or not.
Okay, so when you lie on your back, so the key would be, are your legs straight? That's probably what's happening. If your legs are straight, just can you clarify that, and then we can probably clear this up a little bit more, because that's probably the issue. And yeah, let's go from there, and then, because that can put a lot of pressure on things. Has she answered? We've probably got a bit of a leg. Yeah.
And Sean says yes, sure can do.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. That would be great, because there probably will be some...
Legs straight.
Legs are straight when she lies on her back. Okay, so when you lie on your back, if you have low back issues, you will feel strain if your legs are straight. So you do one of two things. Just bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor, and that will take the pressure off your back. It has to do with your psoas being too tight. So this is very common because we sit in chairs. So to alleviate it, bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor, or put a bolster underneath your knees if you have a bolster. Yeah, so good. Number two, to start preventing this, so that's what you're going to do to alleviate the pain. Number two, to be proactive so that you start getting rid of the back pain, you're going to do things like practice lunge pose so that you get into the actual psoas, which runs from the hips all the way up to the front of the spine. It's actually a very long muscle. So do lunge pose with your arm up in the air. We have a whole beautiful class on this in our membership community called Intelligent Core, which really gets into softening the psoas muscle as well. But yeah, just things like lunge pose, even lunge pose with a just gentle opening like this will really soften that psoas, and use your principles of yin here. Stay for a while, soften. When you stay for a while in lunge pose, like 2-3 minutes in lunge pose, but really soft. So choose a really gentle edge in lunge pose. And I think you'll see that psoas muscle softening up, and then that back pain will really change for you. So do that for me, and then report back to me next month and let me know if things change for you, okay?
Barbara Solney.
Hi, Barbara.
She's really interested in your yin yoga series, your in-depth yin yoga series.
Yeah, Barbara, join us, because you're a member, definitely join us next month. Like, it'll be running on the DYC, Daily Yoga Connection, and I'll be posting in the 30-day challenge, and Michelle will be posting in Moonstruck section, and Maria will be posting about it in the book club. So definitely join us for that. And if you haven't already done that 5-day series, then that can be a nice way in too. But we'll definitely be supporting you in that every day in November in the membership community.
So thank you to Becky saying that the Intelligent Core class is so good.
Yeah, Becky loves that Intelligent Core class. It's great because we use the soft foam roller, and I'm pretty sure we use the slow-mo ball too. So those are props that really get into that connective tissue and really soften that connective tissue in a really pretty profound way too. There's a class in the membership community too that I really like. It's called Storing Your Energy for the Day. It's in the morning series, morning sequences. I love that class with the slow-mo ball and the belly. And also I think it works up here as well too, but that's really great for the just really breaking down this just this tightness here. And also if you experience anxiety, just that kind of tension or that tightness, we're really conditioned to hold our bellies, so that breaks that down, opens up breathing, incredible. So
last thing here for Elka, what to do with the toes and legs at the wall, flex, point, or neutral?
Oh, toes and legs at the wall. Yeah. Okay, because this is a yin class, remember the principles of yin. Always go back to the principles of the yin, which is soften. So that would be neutral, but just think soften. So that would be neutral.
Pekati, she experienced pain, back pain lessened, so that's good.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And Elka says, I felt my IT band in that reclining twist.
Yeah, I get that too. That Alka said she felt her IT band in that reclining twist. I get that too. I really have to focus on softening in that IT band in the reclined twist. So, thank you so much to everybody for being with us today. It was a joy and a pleasure to spend this time with you, cultivating the yin, and hang on to that yin that you cultivated throughout the weekend now. And I appreciate you all very much being here. It was a joy to practice together. Sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our Pacific Ocean. May you be as rooted as the old growth trees in our forests. May you be as strong as our mountains. Om Shanti. Namaste. I already said that.